Reviewing real quick, multiplying the same base, what's our rule? You add. Okay, so x exponent a times x exponent b equals x exponent a plus b. What about dividing? Subtract. So that's equals x exponent a minus b. Power to a power, or power to an exponent. So we've done tons of this. You multiply. Okay, and of course that you can just write it as x exponent ab. Now when you know the numbers, then you can actually multiply them together. Okay, fractions. So say we have x2 over y all to the exponent 3. So that's a common one. So you multiply in. So this is just an extension, but you multiply into the top and the bottom. What's the work on the y? Yeah, 1 times 3. So don't forget there's a hidden 1 exponent. So x6 over y cubed. Okay, and the fractions are really new for us. I mean, you did a little bit of them last year, but they're kind of our bread and butter this year. Okay. Then we did the negative exponents. So if we have x cubed, y negative 2, all to the exponent negative 3. So you flip them, right? So this is the flipping rule. So flip it first. Now our outside 3 exponent is positive, and then you can flip the y. Now when you flip the y, what's left over? Any ideas? Because y is down below, like we totally get this part, x cubed y squared, all to the power of 3. But what goes up top? Zoldy? Yeah, good job. Okay, so when we move everything, we just leave it as a 1. Okay. So then we could 1 cubed x9 y6. So you could then multiply in. Okay. Any questions with that example? I find like if you just do the basic one with the negatives, it's not good enough. This one really covers a lot of the errors that you guys make with what to do when you have 2 negatives, what to do when everything's gone. Those are the common questions we have. You guys all good? Okay, power of 0. So if I even have this word, anything, to the power of 0, even that word has a value of 1. Okay, but watch out for something like this. 4x0, that equals 4 times 1, which equals 4. So you got to pay attention to what's the base for the exponent 0. Okay. So those are some classics there. Any questions? Okay. So then just some review questions of ones that we've already done before already. So this one here, you can attack it several ways. I'd say let's find an answer on the top and find an answer on the bottom. Go for it. Okay. Get an answer on the top, answer on the bottom. Okay. So here you gotta be careful. I encourage you now to write your workout on the top. You're dividing the same base. What do you do when you divide the same base? We subtract our exponents. So that equals x exponent what? Remember that's negative 6 plus 6, so x exponent 0. Altogether then the answer is 1. Okay, a wonderful question, isn't it? Sorry. Okay, now next one. Always try and treat your numbers and letters separately. We kind of went over this one in our homework. So with these 6 over 14, if there's nothing you can do, you can always try and reduce fractions to the lowest terms. Okay? So this one here, 6 and the 14, you can divide by 2, divide by 2. So you get 2 over 7. And then we can divide our x's. What's the work on the x when we divide it? 4 minus 1. What's the work on the y? Negative 3 minus 2. So now here's the tricky part, is all our answers, when we do the divisions with the letters, they end up on the top of the fraction. Okay, so we're going to get x exponent what? Thank you. All right. And then on their y's, we get negative 5. Final answer then? What do you think? Anyone? Off the bro? And then y5 goes to the bottom. Okay? All right. Any questions with this one? Similar to ones we were doing earlier. Turn it over to the next page. Because it has a, so when we do our division, the answer ends up on top and it's a negative 5. So we have to fix the negative sign. Okay. Okay. All right, now this one's a little bit different. Because you can actually simplify this fraction, like 50 divided by 2, x divided by x, I would do that first before you bring the 1/2 inside. Okay? There's no negative sign outside here, so you don't have to flip it. So let's do this division right here. Leave our answer in brackets to the 1/2, but do the division. 50 divided by 2. Liam says 25. X squared divided by x. Negative 2. And then we have on our y's, whoops, 3 minus 7, so we get y exponent, negative 4. Okay. So you have a choice. You could go and fix these negative 2 and negative 4 exponents. Absolutely. Or you could take the 1/2 and multiply in. It doesn't matter. What do you want to do, Zoldy? Okay, go ahead. And as we fix them then, let's turn 25 into something better. Give 25 a facelift. Keeping in mind, the bottom of the fraction here is a 2, so we probably want exponent 2. But fix the x and the y. Go for it. And what does 25 become? 5 squared. Okay. So now we can multiply that 1/2 inside. So on the 5, it's 2 times 1/2. What's the work on the bottom? So you're multiplying that in. Go ahead and simplify it. Okay, so we get 5 exponent 1. And on the bottom, we get x exponent 1, y exponent 2. Any questions? Okay. Next one, let's do our divisions. So do our divisions. So we can go 3 divided by 2. Sorry, 12 divided by 3. Oh my gosh. What's 12 divided by 3? 4. Then what's x? So it would be negative 5 minus 1/2. Okay. So we could go x exponent negative 5 over 1 minus 1/2. X exponent, common denominator. What is the common denominator? Chase, you got the common denominator. Ooh, you're right, minus negative 1/2. Thank you. So then we should change that to a plus 1/2. What's the common denominator, Chase? You're punching in on your calculator. Or are you just using the fraction button? Don't use the fraction button. Negative 10 over 2 plus 1/2. So what's negative 10 plus 1? 9 over 2. Okay. So x exponent 9 over 2. And then on the y's, so we gave you one hard one. We had to get a common denominator. Now we give you an easy one. So 5 over 2 minus negative 1/2. 5 over 2 plus 1/2. Y equals 6 over 2, which equals what? 3. There you go. There we go. Done. So you're just doing the same thing we've done, but now you have fractions. Make sure you have a common denominator when you add or subtract. Okay, and then we're just adding or subtracting the top, the numerator. That's, 9 over 2, sorry. Any questions? All right, bottom one, the division sign kind of separates into two parts. Let's fix these first. So multiply those together first. So we get here negative 4 over 5 to what exponent? Divided by negative 4 over 5 to what exponent? So negative 6 and negative 20. Okay. Now you could fix the negative signs, but let's not, because we don't know what we're going to get when we do our division. So let's do our division. Okay, negative 4 over 5, base stays the same. What do we do with our exponents? Subtract. So what's negative 6 minus 20? Minus negative 20, negative 6 plus 20, which equals positive 14. So we get negative 4 over 5 to the positive 14. So this one, you get large numbers. Let's drop our brackets. We're not allowed brackets in our final answer. What's going on with the negative sign? 14 is what kind of number? Even. So that makes it a positive final answer. So 4 over 5 is positive. And what happens with the 14? Does it magically go in there? No, multiplies in, just like it always does. Okay. And so this would be simplest terms without going to a calculator. Okay. Any questions? Okay, next one. So we could do the answer at the top. What do we do when we multiply the same base? Add your fractions. So 5 over 4 plus negative 1 over 4. What do we get up top? So 4 over 4? 5 minus 1? Okay, so then we do our division. So we get 9 exponent to what? 4 over 4 minus 3 over 4. What does that equal? 9 exponent a quarter. Can you do a facelift at all for this one? With the 9? No, 9 is only like 3 squared. So that is simplest terms right there. That's as much as you can simplify. I mean, you could go to radical. You could go to 4th root of 9, but don't need to. It's the same, okay? You can't do a facelift for that one. Okay. Next one. Yeah, we're not going to do this one because it's honors, but because of that, exponent rules don't apply. Now in honors and grade 11 calculus, pre-calc, we'll teach you how to do that one, okay? But we're not going any further than that in here, all right? So that's like using your fraction skills but working backwards. A lot of you, it'll probably break you right now and start crying, so we ain't doing it. Next one. What do we do when we divide the same base? Subtract our exponents. 5 minus 3. What is that? 2. Okay. So now we can't go any further, but so let's make it a fraction, see what happens. Make 0.6 into a fraction. What is it? 6 over 10. Okay. What do you think we should do now? Reduce it. Absolutely. Easier to work with it, so let's reduce it. So divide top and bottom by 2. This time I'll prove that I know the answer is 3. Okay. And so it's 3 over 5 squared. What does that equal then? Oh, I'll show you all my work then if you need it. Okay, at this point in the game, you should be able to go straight to the answer. Understanding what's happening though. So you got to think about the steps, going to the answer. Any questions? Okay, these ones we've kind of already done today. They've done the facelifts. I'm going to save them. I'm not going to go over them because you guys need to get some practice with this. Okay?